But anyway, then after he came home, he was gone 13 months over there. Matter of fact, he could tell you this, his experiences over there. He with Glenn Miller the night before he was...
Yeah, I was one of the last guys in the world to see Glenn Miller live.
Where'd you see him?
Well, he was stationed, his band was stationed in Bedford, England. And the night before, we played a battle of music against his band at the Queensbury All Services Club on Shaftesbury Avenue in London. And we had 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, 5 saxes, 4 rhythm, and sang. And he had this huge orchestra with the violins and all the brass buttons polished and everything. Everybody was immaculate. They took up about 7/8 of the stage, and here we were over in the corner with the dirty stripes, and everybody hung over everything. We didn't know how to do anything else but swing, and we just carved him into little pieces that night. And I remember him saying to Sam Donahue, he says, "I want another crack at you." So they were having a party up at Bedford, north of London. And we hopped in our carryalls, and I think, or one of the carryalls, I think 5 or 6 of us went up there to the party at Bedford. And in the midst of the party, Glenn Miller and this light colonel, lieutenant colonel, came in and said that they were leaving to go to Paris, set things up. We were supposed to go over to Europe too. And Miller was going over to set things up for his band the following week. And shook hands with him. Everybody hugged him, said goodbye to him, said, "We'll see you in Paris." And they left, and that's the last anybody ever saw him. Next morning we said, big headlines, man. Glenn Miller lost. Well, it was like somebody had shot us, you know. God, what a traumatic experience.
Basically, that particular meeting with Glenn Miller that in London is basically how Don got in the clinician field. Through a fluke, really. Johnny Desmond was singing with Glenn Miller, and the repairman for Glenn Miller's band was Vito Pascucci, who is president of LeBlanc. Has been for years.
Yeah.
And Johnny Desmond, well, you can go back up there then, because after you left Les's band,
After I left Les Brown's band,
after the war, he went back with Les.
I went on the Breakfast Club in Chicago, Don McNeil's Breakfast Club. And Jack Owens was the singer there, and Jack Owens quit the job, and Johnny Desmond came in as the singer. And in the meantime, Vito Pascucci had acquired the LeBlanc line of instruments from France, and they were doing a bunch of manufacturing here, and he and Johnny were like this. And Johnny introduced him to me, and Vito asked me if I would be interested in doing some soloing and clinicking for the LeBlanc Corporation, and I said sure. So they made me a couple of horns, gold horns with my signature up along the bell, raised up about that high in solid silver, and a gorgeous white rawhide case with my signature on it, solid gold and everything. And I started doing clinics for him. And that was the beginning of my going into the clinic field.
What year was that?
Oh my God. 55, I think. Because Alfred Reed wrote Ode for Trumpet for me. And I got it 2.5 days before the premiere performance of it from the composer. In fact, Dory and I came down here, I premiered it with the Texas All-State High School Band at Fair Park Music Hall with Clarence Sawhill from UCLA conducting. And I memorized the thing on the way down on the plane. That was before jets. Took a little longer to get here from Chicago then. And I memorized it on the plane, didn't I, honey? Didn't talk to her all the way down from Chicago.
That
I'm
didn't bother
memorizing
me.
this music.
At least he wasn't snoring.
Yeah.
So that was in '55.